Uh-huh. Natural Bridge is the main street that goes from one end of the city to the next. Everything happens on Natural Bridge. All the crime, all the fast racing. This is it.
Yes, sir.
They say he came out and used the phone. So they had to shoot him right here on this porch.
We've lost a lot of family members here on this street. Andre, as of late. And then before Andre, my father. And in between that was Linda's son.
Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to my channel. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share it, and click the little bell at the bottom of the screen so that you will get updates of when I upload new content. We usually cover hot topics or mental health issues. Today is no different. We are covering the hot topic of an uncle who allegedly set up a murder plot for hire to kill his nephew. That's right. So what you just heard on that clip is a snippet of the show Sweetie Pies on OWN Network, which is a reality show that James Timothy Norman was a person on that show along with his mom, who was the owner of Sweetie Pies restaurant, who happens to be the old backup singer, which I didn't know, the old backup singer for Ike and Tina Turner. And so they have this reality show on Oprah's OWN Network where their goal is to build their empire one soul food dish at a time, right? And so that's the premise of the reality show. But let's talk about what happened in reality. I can't even imagine, I'm an uncle and I have a lot of nephews, and this thought of murder for hire, to take one of them out, that's horrible. Anyway, so on the show, on that particular episode, James Timothy Norman takes his mother, Robbie Montgomery, out to the neighborhood on Natural Bridge, I think it's the street, where Andre Montgomery was gunned down back in 2016. So keep that in mind. So let's roll it all the way back to 2014. Okay, so in 2014, James Timothy Norman decided to take out an insurance policy on his nephew, Andrew Montgomery. Andrew's 18 years old. And so James Timothy Norman takes this policy out. It was $450,000. And when he was signing up for this insurance policy, he provided them with bogus information, information that wasn't accurate, allegedly. And so, you know, that's normal. You would think, okay, uncle's just protecting his nephew, so he's putting this policy out on him, you know, just an insurance policy. So roll that back up to 2016. James Timothy Norman and an accomplice, Terica Ellis, an exotic dancer, decided to start talking using these temporary phones, what I think police call them burner phones, where you can't actually track the numbers or the communication between these individuals. So these two are getting together and they're trying to locate where Andre is located in St. Louis. Mind you, at the time, James Timothy Norman was living in Los Angeles, and Terica Ellis, the exotic dancer, was living in Tennessee. And so they decided that one day that they were going to come to St. Louis, which is where Andre lives. And on March 14th, 2016, Andre was murdered. So uncle fills out insurance policy on nephew for $450,000. Uncle connects with this stripper in Tennessee. They communicate, they purchase these temporary or burner phones, and all of a sudden they meet in the place where Andre is murdered. And so, as the police did their investigation, allegedly they saw all of this communication. These two were placed in the vicinity of where Andre was murdered, which is on Natural Bridge, where he was just taking his mother there to view the site, apparently where a lot of family members had died. This is horrible. I can't imagine being an uncle and carrying out something like this. But to have the audacity to let that be recorded on live natural TV, and then here we are in 2020 and you're accused of a murder plot for hire for your own nephew. The audacity to record this on live TV on a major network where thousands of people can listen to it, which is what the clip was. I just thought that was horrible. But that's not even the worst thing. It's the worst thing. Remember, I was telling you about him filling out this fake information on this insurance policy? Okay, so when James Timothy Norman went to collect on the policy that he had for his nephew Andre Montgomery, he was declined by the insurance company because the information that he submitted initially was fake and bogus, allegedly. So, didn't even get the money. But now your nephew is deceased. Your nephew is deceased. And your family is probably devastated that you have something to do with this. When the Bible says that money is the root of all evil, money is the root of all evil. This is a horrible story. It's just like, who can you trust? You don't know who to trust. But the audacity of this man to get on TV, to take your mother to this place, I guess basically a family memorial where people have passed in your family, because you went on and on and on that little clip of like how many people died on this natural bridge road. So I just thought this was a horrible story. What are your thoughts? Let me know how you feel about this story. I just hate that this happened. And I would have thought, you're doing a reality show, that you would at least be, pretty, I guess, decent or well off, because you have a restaurant. Your mom had a career with Ike and Tina Turner as a backup dancer, so I would have thought she would have had some money, or enough money to not have a family member have to take out another one. What are your thoughts on that? That's just horrible. That's just how you never know the state of anybody's mental health. And that goes back to why I do this show, is that I'm trying to identify mental health issues in our community, where I think what happens a lot is families, they know that there's something wrong with the person, or there's something special about them or different about them, but we never really address it. We just throw it under the rug, that cliche that people say, or avoid it or ignore it. But, it's there. So, again, I get off my mental health soapbox, but if you have somebody in your family and you keep saying they're strange, something is off, they're not just right, please suggest them that they get some help. I don't know James Timothy Norman. I never really watched the Sweetie Pie show. I think I may have watched an episode or two, but I didn't really get into it. But anyway, again, I'm an advocate for mental health. Go see a therapist if you're struggling, if it's impacting your functioning and you feel like you're not yourself and you can't feel motivated, and this lack of energy and just kind of, worrying all the time, anxiety, depression, please seek help. Anyway, check out some of my videos. I have some on anxiety. I have some on depression. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell at the bottom of the screen so you'll get stuff like this. And have a blessed rest of the week and weekend. I'll combine the two words. And check out the Dr. Dare Show on Friday. We're doing a live show. We're talking about, on my Facebook page, and we're talking about the WAP song by Cardi B, and how does it impact the women's movement? Does it push it back? Does it move it forward? Does it not impact it at all? Check it out. Don't forget to subscribe.